Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the respected dignitaries, distinguished speakers, honorable participants, loving audience, and beautiful people present here from all around the globe. I'm Ms. Nada Ratkovic, IIU Board Member, Country Director, IIU Croatia, the President of Research Center, IIU. Welcome you all to the second International Sustainable Development Goal Conference, ISDGC 2022, for the ISDGC 2022 leaders. As you all know, today we are on the second day of the SDG 4 called Quality Education. So we want to live sustainability to transform the world, social, environment, economic equality, 17 SDGs, 12 days, 50 countries, 100 global SDG experts, people, prosperity, planet, peace, partnership. Today we have an amazing day. Today is my birthday. So please, all of you watchers, listeners, please, if you don't congratulate to me the birthday, I want a birthday wish. Thank you. So right here, right now, we are at IIU stage. I'm proud to be here. This is, as I said, today we joined the 5-day, but we are still on the quality education. Today I have here special guests, excellent eminent speakers. Before we start, we celebrate my birthday. I need to say that it was really great. I have a birthday cake, I have a celebration, and I'm really, really thankful to my great IIU family. Sir Piyush Pandit, our founder, thank you. Thank you for this great celebration. I don't have words to express my gratitude and to say how am I feeling today here on this day. So I will not speak a lot. I want to call today our great first speaker. She is coming from the United Arab Emirates. She's an amazing Dr. Srividya Sukumar. Welcome, Dr. Srividya Sukumar. The IIU stage is yours.
Thank you, Ms. Nada. So kind of you. That was a wonderful introduction. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the team of IIU for being so kind, so lovable, and I really enjoy being here celebrating your birthday. That really shows that how IIU cares for each other, not only for the fellow beings, but for each and everybody in this world. That's how this whole concept of talking about SDGs, talking about the 17 UNESCO goals, talking about education, talking about no poverty, talking about no hunger, that we are all concerned about people with one motive of bringing peace and happiness and living in peace and harmony in this world. So with that note, we move on to today's SDG's topic of SDG 4 quality education. So etymologically, the word education is derived from the Latin word ēducō. I think we all know it, which means a breeding, a upbringing, and a rearing. That means we are taking care of it. From the ēducō, it means it has been derived from I educate, I train, which is related to the homonym, which is called as ēducō, which leads it forward to say that I lead forth, I take out, I raise up, I erect from nothing. That means I lead everybody from darkness to light, from the unknown to the known. That's what education means. And it's so sublime, it's so divine to be here talking about this particular SDG goals of Education 2020. That's what it means. As we all know, education is the key to unlock the golden door to freedom. Freedom, that means liberation. Liberation of thought, liberation of words, liberation of action, liberation of anything and everything, your own self, to bring change or transformation in the society. That's what we take it forward. And we all do agree that education is the most powerful weapon which you can see or use to change the world. Education makes the people easy to lead, but difficult to drive, easy to govern, but impossible to enslave. It is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare it today. I repeat that once again. Education is a passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare it for today. And that's how we are. We are going to talk about quality education that's going to empower the world, empower everybody in this world to make the world a better place to live in. And when did this all started? It started in the year 2015 to make sure that quality education, that's target 4.7, is being achieved. When the UNESCO met in the year 2015 to derive at this sustainable SDG goal 17, by what did they arrive at for target 4.7? By 2030, ensure all learners acquire knowledge and skills that are needed to promote sustainable development, including, among others, through education for a sustainable development and sustainable lifestyles, human rights, gender equality, and promotion of cultural peace and non-violence, global citizenship, and appreciation of cultural diversity and of cultural contribution to a sustainable society. So this is what was the target that was to be achieved. Moving forward, how are we going to achieve it? As we all know and do agree that the world is undergoing a lot of changes, and a lot of changes in the sense, how did it all started? Maybe like we can take the recent impact of COVID. The world is facing a learning crisis after that. In the sense, like, especially when everything has become hybrid type of learning or online type of learning, people have been deprived of education opportunities to learn. Millions of children and young world and the young people are not developing the skills. What is required to do that is they have to develop the skills that they need to break out of their own customary lifestyle and even sometimes their poverty. The growth of technology and increasingly a broad range of action providing online learning can deliver learning opportunities to anywhere and any time in the world. But most of it, half of the world's citizen and young people are on the wrong side of the digital diversification, limiting their access to the opportunities that are going to connect them with their peers. So SDG 4.7 says that humanistic agenda for education, building on UNESCO's normative instruments, the following should be implemented. What are they? The 1960 Convention Against Discrimination in the Education System. That means education for all should be made mandatory. The 1974 recommendation concerning that education for international understanding and cooperation for peace and education relating to the human rights and fundamental freedom. That means education is no more a commodity. It is the human right. No one should be deprived of it. That's what it says. In 1990, UN Convention on the Rights of a Child, Rights of a Human Child, the report suggests that advocacy of education for a sustainable development, that is EST, as an integral element of the quality education and key enabler for process towards sustainable development, as well as the global citizenship. So education and training play a major role in this endeavor to create a sustainable society. Globally, we all face the critically environmental, social, and economic challenges which require new ways of thinking and acting. We need to prepare our students for educating them in the basis of sustainable development and preparing them to take their places as environmentally, socially, economically literate citizens, consumers, workers, and leaders, where we relate education to life. So we are going over the phrase of education is no more a preparation for life. Education is life itself. every single day that they spend for education is going to prepare them to face the challenges and to combat with them the challenges and to have a metacognition and to build in abilities to bring up the best to the world. So how do we achieve this? And what does the government want, or what does the UNESCO wants? Local governments and the community organizations and the stakeholders from many sectors and non-government organizations must actively promote and support education for a sustainable development goal, and working together in collaboration, and provincial, territorial departments of education, universities and colleges, including the facilities and faculties of education, should all bend together, work together in unison to achieve this goal. So the content and the rationale of this is aligned with ESD as setting a direction for education and learning that is based on values, building values, principles, and building and sharing best practices that are necessary to respond effectively to the current and future challenges towards achieving the goal that is education for all. Now, when we do this, education must change its environment and augment learners that they can learn what they want to or what they should do anytime and anywhere with the freedom, with the liberation of thought, liberation of mind, liberation of their action put together. They are free to learn on the basis of one single thing: respecting self, respect for others, respect for community, such that they will be able to deliver the goods as a responsible citizen to the community or to the world. So the process of being educated should stem from within, where the agile mind is free to think, imagine, create, collaborate, communicate, catalyst change, and contribute to the society to bring a change in citizenship and their own community, thus reflecting in the world. So a self-directed, objective-based, experiential learning, vocation-based education, which is inclusive of all in itself, as for the case of avoiding any kind of discrimination, for which it is ensuring safety and security and happiness and harmony and peace, where the learners experience the learning not to just prove the learned concept, but to improve the learned concept and contribute to the community. Such an education that will not just teach the books to the benefited, but will benefit the society, with the emphasis that education is no more a preparation for life, but a life itself. I would like to have this presentation, but unfortunately I've logged in from my mobile, so I'm not able to do. I'm sorry about it. But still, if I have got time, I can go further, because owing to which I had written a book of Education 2050. And this was published during COVID times, post-COVID times, and it was accepted by India's government as well for a new education policy. And also from the state of Tamil Nadu, it was accepted for Tamil Nadu state education policy as well. This was acknowledged at UNESCO, at the UNESCO level, such that they forwarded to the concerned governments involved. So what is this Education 2050 is all about? It's an overture of reformatory reforms and strategies in the field of education, with the envision of post-COVID headway towards a sustainable future. So this guide emphasizes on 6 important catalysts that would help in bringing the transformation in the education, with the mission of education for all. And what does it derive from, and what does it commit to? It's a social commitment supported by a universal social contract that together all the organizations, NGOs, government organizations, equity partnerships, and all the education organizations in the education sector will unite together to achieve this fact: a new social contract for education that would reinforce education as a public endeavor, with a shared commitment as one of the important human rights and as one of the important responsibility for all its states and citizens to be achieved. So this in turn should educate, this social contract should in turn educate the citizens on the human rights and their advancements, not only in the field of education, but also for all the other benefits. This guide proposes the way to realize a new social contract that advances the right to education and strengthens the education as a common good and a collective endeavor that augments our human capacity to care and cooperate. With that, this one particular point, I would say that IAU symbolizes and it stands as more synonymous with this particular point. So I would like to repeat this point. So this guide proposes the way that a new social contract would be established that advances the right to education and strengthened education as a common good, as a collective endeavor, such that it is able to deliver the goods that augments our human society to care and cooperate. So guiding on these principles, we all work together and derive a well-established scientific knowledge base in education that has been built through decades of research and reflection, both in academic and professional communities. Turning these guiding principles into policies and practices lies in the hands of every learner, every citizen, every educator and parent who has the potential and possibility to work locally and internationally and globally, connect with every single person on the earth, with others near and far, and to transform day-to-day education practices in institutions into systems for a sustainable future. So on this note, I would like to really congratulate International Internship University, who is more synonymous to this fact that they all work together, put their heart and soul together to achieve that one mission of one world, one mission, and one deliverance message, that education to all. That's what we could see, achieving goals under one umbrella. So towards a more equitable and educational future. So our education system will foster social goals of living together and working together for common good. So it will prepare the young minds to play a dynamic and constructive part in the development of the society, in which all members happily share fairly their good practices to the group, and progress is measured and reflected in terms of human well-being. So our progress our transformation is not only in the system, but it will reflect upon the human well-being for the common good in the society. So that's what we will be achieving in this education system. It should therefore inculcate a sense of commitment to the community, to accept the values of working in partnership and contributing as a self and a whole part of the community. Now, people may ask me, you have talked about so many things, how to achieve this? So for this, we had me and my team have established a portal already, and it's a universal portal, which works not through internet, because these days, post-COVID, we all have become slaves of internet. Without internet, no life. Our life is a big zero. So we have taken the education modem to a satellite-based education, and this satellite-based education will be implemented through a satellite portal where any question from any part of the world, that it's more like switching on the radio. So these radios channels, or the channels, will be in different languages. That means we have got 195 countries, and in that, each and every language will have the channel. And whatever question that you want to ask for, you want to find, you tune into that particular channel. From the language part, you choose your language and then go to the particular curriculum. The next step is choosing your curriculum, whether it is British curriculum, UK curriculum, or US curriculum, Australian curriculum, Philippine curriculum, or any other curriculum, that Chinese curriculum or Finland curriculum, whichever curriculum that you want to choose, you can choose. Then the next step is you will choose, first is the language, then the curriculum, then the third step is exactly which grade level that you are looking for to find the answer or to explore your lesson, whether it is primary or the KG foundation stage, or the primary stage or the middle school stage, or otherwise it is secondary stage or post-secondary, or into the university, which level you want to find the answer for. So you go into that particular stage. So you've chosen the answer, you've chosen your way of curriculum, you've chosen your stage, and then you now go to the subject. Which subject? English, math, science, French, any subject that you want to explore for. And moving further, now you just look into the topic. Which topic is it? Are we going to look for plants? Are we going to look for animals? And then you choose your question. And then when you post your question, when you posting your question, you will get into the particular lesson of 45 minutes, 45 to 50 minutes. End of the session, and you can choose your tutor who will be able to teach this lesson in that particular language that you opt for, whichever language it is. So then after the 40-minute sessions or 45-minute session, you will have an assessment being done. End of the assessment, you will have your report card saying that you have understood the concept and this is what you're moving forward. So this kind of universal portal on the satellite base is going to be implemented as a future task in the world. So that's how we have contributed from about 2000, I would say 17 to 2022 in the 5 years of time. So this has been successfully implemented over here to quite a bit in UAE, little bit about UAE, because we have made all education resources free of cost and people are able to access it. And likewise, back in India also, like in state of Tamil Nadu, my state where I belong to, so we are trying to implement it in the same way. So we can take it further. We can just make it global such that through IIU, definitely like with the team of IIU, and we will be able to do it better. So thank you so much, Ms. Nada. I think I'm very sorry. I would love to have this presentation done, which
we will have opportunity. So this is not your last session. Really amazing. We enjoy listening you. I like when you said from darkness to light and to known to unknown. That is really the education. And I hope that we will have opportunity to read your book.
Definitely. Thank you.
And today, a great start. I really like it, especially because you are, I can say, 100% in the education. So thank you, and don't take care. It's not important you didn't have a presentation, but your speech was amazing. Insightful, brilliant, and I really don't have words because everything will be sufficient after your speech. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Nada. Thank you for this great, wonderful opportunity. And also my sincere thanks to IIU for giving this platform to be with eminent personalities across the globe and to share our thoughts and insights and inferences on this great platform. Really, pleasure is always mine. I'm looking forward for more and more sessions to work with IIU. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, you will. We are sure that you will. And I can say that I can't wait to hear you again because this is a short time. We need a session, 1 hour, 2 hours. So that is that. So it's good. It will be good next time very soon. Thank you very much. And thank you for being with me on my celebration of the birthday. You know, that is for me very, very important. Yes, a beautiful lady from United Arab Emirates. Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, happy birthday to you, Ms. Nada. I love you,
Thank
Lulu.
you.
Love you.
Thank you so much.